Hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog. Thank you for joining me once again. That behind me is the Sandfields pumping station. It's an old water pumping mill which is closed down now, and it's at the start of a walk that I'm doing today from Lichfield, which is just a few minutes walk back in that direction, to Chasetown, which is about 4 miles ahead of me here, and I'm walking along a disused railway track which has been opened up for the public as a public footpath again, and that's only been opened up recently, so this is the first time I've had the opportunity to come out here and try this one out. I've just taken a photo of the pumping station. I'm going to start walking along the track itself and see if I can find any interesting subjects along the way. Just a few moments ago I crossed a road. It's only a very little small road these days, but the road was called Foss Way. Now Foss Way is an old Roman road that was built all across the country, running from south to north or north to south, or whichever way you want to look at it, and that was quite interesting walking across that. I also noticed that as I stepped off the track that I'm on now and crossed the road, you could still see the old railway line running along or across the road itself. You could see the steel tracks running through the tarmac. That was quite interesting, but obviously I'm on the right track. This is about a 4-mile walk, 4.5-mile walk maybe, and it runs from Lichfield, as I said, the Sandfields pumping station on the edge of Lichfield, over towards Chasetown and Burntwood, and that's where I'm heading today. I haven't really noticed any more compositions just yet. However, I am kind of looking round, and there's basically open fields either side of me now for a while, so I think there'll be a few interesting compositions along the way. And also, the first part of my walk so far, I've seen a fair few wooden railway sleepers lying at the side of the track. So if I get an interesting composition out of one of them, I'll show you that in a little while, but for the time being I can't see many railway sleepers, but I'm sure there will be some more along the way. Just behind me is the main A461 road that runs between here and Muckley Corner, and not far from that little village, that little hamlet of Muckley Corner, there is another road just over in that direction somewhere, just over that way, called Watling Street. And I've seen various different parts of Watling Street before as well. Once again, that's an old Roman road, and you see bits of it on various different routes across the middle of the country. I was in Chasetown a few months back, and I went up to Caradoc, and along the route from Chasetown train station up towards Caradoc, there's a crossing over a main road, and then you cross onto another little side road just behind it, and that's North Watling Street. So that's a very interesting little fact there. But this road here, the bridge itself kind of caught my eye a little bit, so I want to stop here and capture a shot of this while I'm here, and then I'm going to move on and see what else I can capture. But I'm about halfway along the walk now. So that's that bridge there behind me, the A461, and the track that I've been walking along comes underneath the A461 just there, and behind me you'll see as the track carries on further down behind me, eventually it just bends very, very slightly, and just after that bend there was another bridge which I photographed. I kind of like the images that I'm taking today. They're a bit post-industrial, which is something that I don't normally shoot. Occasionally, from time to time I will do, but it's a really, really nice walk. Very interesting to walk along here and see the industrial past. So I'm going to move on, see what else I can find. In a little while though, I know that I'm going to be crossing the M6 toll motorway, So that could be an interesting little walk. I'm shooting with a brand new camera today, folks. Not a new camera system, crucially. I'm still using the same RF mount cameras that I've been using for a while. But I bought the Canon EOS R6 Mark III. And so far the photos look as though they're coming out quite nice. It's 6.5 stops, I think, of image stabilization built into the camera itself, which is going to be great for hand holding even medium to long exposures in the future. Won't be any good at the moment because there's virtually no light whatsoever, as you can see in the sky behind me. But on brighter days, when it's easier to capture more light, then it's going to be a lot better for hand holding slightly longer exposures of about a second or 2 seconds maybe. And when you ally that to the image stabilization also built into some of the lenses these days, it's an absolutely amazing step up, to be quite honest with you. Previously I've shot with cameras with no image stabilization built into the body of the camera, but this one has the image stabilization built in, so it creates those extra opportunities really. But the main reason I bought it was honestly for the image resolution. It's a 32.5 megapixel image sensor, full frame, and it's given me some absolutely beautiful images up to now, which are making for some great compositions. So I'm quite enjoying using it at the moment, but as it is, I'll have to let you know just how good the camera is. But I'm finding that today I'm hand holding all the images that I'm taking, which is very unusual. I would normally crack open the tripod straight away and set up the camera on the tripod, but obviously that ability to handhold now becomes increased because of that image stabilization as well. I'll tell you more about the camera in future videos, and you'll see the camera itself in future videos, but for now I'm just going to keep moving and keep trying to capture some compositions along this walk. I'm well over halfway now, and it's only taken me just over an hour to get this far from Lichfield City train station, so I think it's probably about a 2.5 hour walk, and that includes stopping every now and then to take photos anyway, and to record this vlog for you guys. So it's probably a little bit less than that, and I've already seen a couple of people jogging up and down the path anyway, so it could even be down to as little as an hour if you really push yourself. But I'm going to move on and see what I can find. I've just seen a signpost at the side of the path, and there are two little paths going off the side of this track, this main track that I'm on, in either direction away from the path itself. And according to the signpost, one of those paths leads to Brown Hills and one leads to Hammerwich. Now, I've previously seen another path on the opposite side leading to Hammerwich, and I can only assume that you would have to go down that first path and then cut back across the road and under a bridge and so on and so forth to get to the village of Hammerwich on the opposite side. However, as you walk further along, then you get this signpost that tells you the opposite way to Hammerwich, which would be correct, and it's probably a shorter route from there. But also the sign going the other way to Brown Hills. Brown Hills and Chasewater are the kind of areas where I'm heading towards now. I didn't want to take that path down towards Brown Hills because I'm walking along this path here, which should carry me over the M6 toll motorway in a little while, and then once I cross there I'll be pretty much into Chasetown, and that may well be the end of the journey, he says. There's also another possible option a little bit further on, but I'll talk more about that if I decide to do it later. So it looks like I've reached the M6 toll road. I hope you can hear me over the sound of all the traffic. I quite like the way they've built these fences around the track, which kind of ensures that nobody can fall or be pushed onto the motorway. What a grisly way to go that would be. But yeah, now that I'm here, I'm very close to Chasetown now, so it may only be another 10 or 15 minutes and I'll be able to sit down and have some lunch. Either that, or there may be a little surprise at the end as well. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. That's something I can decide a little bit later. I don't think there's a composition here though, so I'm just going to keep walking now. So this behind me is the McLean Aqueduct. I've had to stop and take a photo of it, obviously, because of the post-industrial nature of this vlog, to be quite honest with you. A little further on along from the aqueduct, there's a bit of woodland that you go through on the way towards Brown Hills. I'm not going to carry on through there, but this section of woodland looks absolutely perfect. It's a great composition, and I think it would be brilliant either with very, very misty conditions, which we don't quite have just yet, or in the summer when all the foliage breaks out and that all turns green. And I think that would be absolutely beautiful, just because of the way the trees are quite close to the track, and they kind of almost look imposing, look quite tall and slim, and they sort of lean over slightly over the track. I can imagine in the days when the trains were running along here, those trees would have been cut back and properly coppiced to make sure that the trains could get through the area. But as it is, it looks fantastic, but not quite a decent enough composition to capture that. I might just take a photo of it with my phone before I go anywhere. But now I'm going to catch the bus back to Lichfield. I'm going to call the vlog finished here. I'm going to head back to Lichfield and get myself some lunch there instead. I think that'll be a lot easier. But yeah, I'll capture this on my phone, this woodland, and then I'm heading off to catch the bus. So if you've enjoyed the vlog, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and also please remember to subscribe to the channel. And happy Christmas to you all if you do celebrate Christmas, and if you don't, I hope you're enjoying the season anyway, and I look forward to seeing you again on the vlog very soon. Bye for now.